What's happening, guys? It's another rainy Monday here in Rockville, and the Hockenham River is looking pretty good. It's going to be a great day today. We've got some really cool stuff going on, so let's take a walk in. But before we do, go into the museum to show you what we're having. A little party on the first floor there for Cody's birthday. Check this out. 1-800-188 Hall Bikes. We ship a lot of West Coast stuff with these guys. This is my goal. I want to get a tractor trailer license this year, God willing. Now I'm telling all you guys, now I'm really going to be under the pressure to make it happen. It's just something I've always wanted to do. We actually put a deposit on the Polaris, the Victory 53-foot trailer last year, but we couldn't get the financing because, well, a bunch of different reasons. So probably a good thing it fell through. Look at that huge bird up there. Holy moly. But this is a dream to have one of these to head down to Daytona, Laconia, out to Sturgis, all the big rallies, national races. This is a Volvo VNL 780, I'm pretty sure. This is the one I like the most for the cab. The cab is just stunning inside of these. But it might have to be a Kenworth or a Peterbilt or something American made or a Mack, I don't know. But the interiors, I haven't found a better interior than the Volvo. But that's on my to-do list. So eventually we're gonna upgrade from the diesel dually to the big dog. But right now, this is working out pretty good. This is a 6.7, a 2016 Ford F350. It's got 130,000 miles on it right now. I'll probably sell this at some point later this year, so stay tuned on that. But the trailer I have now is a 20-footer. I have a 28-footer, and next week we're actually getting a 42-foot fifth wheel to haul behind this from, it was a former Harley-Davidson factory race team, the NHRA team trailer. So we're gonna go to a 42-footer and then eventually a 53-footer. But enough about trailers and stuff. Let's go inside the museum and see what's going on, because the whole team should be in here. We are social distancing. Everybody's 6 feet apart. But the staff went from 18 to 9 with this COVID crap. We had to let half the staff go because the museum's been closed. But what we're doing is we broke it up. The 3 detail guys are in the detail shop. The 3 service guys are in the service shop, and Cody Jr. and I are in the sales showroom. So we broke it down. It's Billy Blythe. He's our resident Formula 2 champion, 5-time Isle of Man legend, Billy Blythe. So this is the first floor of the museum. So Cheryl texted me last night and said, due to this COVID bullcrap, she wanted to have a little event party here just for the staff, for the remaining staff members that are here, because morale might have been a little bit down with everything going on. So she made us a killer dinner here. And the way we're doing it is everybody's got their own table, and they're all 6 feet apart, right, guys? Oh, yeah. So good thing we don't have the staff at 18 here, because we wouldn't have enough tables. I think we have, how many tables do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, actually, we do have enough tables with the benches. We could have. But how you doing, Doc? What's going on?
All right, brother. Hungry.
Cheryl, what'd you cook for us today?
Smoked ribs, wings, biscuits, baked beans, smoked potato salad, smoked apple coleslaw. I think that's it.
Cheryl's the one behind the scenes who not only cooked us a killer meal today, but if you ever want to get paid by Kaplan Cycles, you better be nice to her. She handles all the accounting, office management stuff, and keeps us out of trouble with all our permits and insurance and licenses and everything else. So we're super grateful for her services. And this guy needs no introduction. You know who that is? Doc, the PhD.
We're having Irish stew today. Marvelous. Just marvelous.
Awesome. Mark's behind the scenes. You probably don't see him in front of the camera too much, but
guys.
you'll catch him in the office from time to time. Who's this guy? This guy needs no introduction. The Wizard.
Hey,
You got a little lunch coming today to you, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks to Cheryl.
Jimmy got
Where's Jimmy?
You locked him out.
This is Ronnie. He's the apprentice on the team here. He's been with us. How long have you been with us now, Ronnie?
4 months.
4 months. And he's being trained by Doc. Who's this guy? This is the guy who orders all our project managers. He orders all the parts
That's me.
and makes everything happen here. He's got a lot on his plate. We usually do about anywhere between 40 and 60 bikes a month. He's got to order all the parts, bring them in. So I put a lot of pressure on him and a lot of responsibility. He orders all the parts of the detail shop, make sure everything goes smooth down there, and then works with the mechanics. That's his dad over there, Wizard, and the other 2 guys. So to get everything done. And if you buy a motorcycle from us, that might have been 1-800 Haul Bikes out there, but James is our shipper, James Waterman. He's a retired police officer and a Marine who dedicated his life to shipping our bikes. How many bikes have you shipped for us, James?
Probably over 2,000 by now.
A shitload of motorcycles. If you're going East Coast, James does the best pricing and the best shipping, and with his background in military and police enforcement, your bikes are almost as safe with him as they are with Kaplan America guarding them here with all our weapons and alarm systems and everything else, and DNA tagging and GPS, and so your stuff's safe with him. This is Kyle. Kyle's how many years you been with us now, Kyle?
3.5.
Coming up on 4, right?
Yeah,
So how old are you now?
20.
So you were 16. You were still in high school, right?
Yep.
So Kyle's been trained here for 4 years. He's got like a that would be a bachelor's degree in motorcycle science, I think.
Pretty much,
He can
yeah.
do frame off restorations of mostly motocross, but he has done vintage BSAs and all kinds of stuff. And if you call on the phone, this is the guy who's going to answer the phone. Cody is
What's up?
in charge of the sales showroom and man on the phones. Junior's not here. Jimmy's not here.
No, Jimmy's over there.
Oh, Jimmy's here? This is Jimmy. Guess Jimmy didn't get the memo about not sharing a table. You got to take your own table over there. Yeah, 6 feet apart. Otherwise, we're gonna get a $100,000 fine from the state. We don't need that. So, and up to a year imprisonment. So, we are all obeying the social distancing. Everybody has their 6 foot apart, and this is the first time we've all been in a room together since this COVID crap started. Actually, because everybody's been the guys stopped punching time cards here at the museum, and we're just on the honor system. They just text Cheryl whatever they've done. So she gets 32 text messages a day, and she hasn't killed us yet. So that's a miracle. Jimmy, we've been trying to keep him out of harm's way here, keep him healthy. How you doing, Jimmy?
Good. You?
What are you working on now?
TT500 replica racer
That was the 540cc big bore thumper
coming out.
with the what kind of swing arm is that on that? A White Brothers swing arm?
It's a White Brothers, but it's made by ProFab.
Banana swing arm,
Yep.
ProFab for White Brothers with a Works Performance shocks, and it's a 540 with a cam. Nice thumper. I can't wait to test ride that. So that's it, folks. Cheryl, what do you got over here for us today? Want to show these guys what you got? Let's see. Got a nice little smorgasbord here. These guys have been getting a lot of takeout. The places, where can you go to eat now that all the restaurants are closed?
Honestly, Hidden Still. Hidden Still's the best spot around. You got Antonio's down the road.
Antonio's,
that's really it for right
Antonio's.
now.
Awesome. So this is pretty much everybody here. I guess we might as well sing Cody happy birthday now, right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cody. Happy birthday to you. So how old are you now?
26. I'm over the hill, guys.
26.
I'm over the
Push
hill.
it. Dude, I'm like more than twice your age, man. I'm like 55. I'm old enough to be your grandfather.
But does
man.
it get better?
Yeah, it does. It gets way better.
I don't know.
You learn to roll with the punches. So what kind of bread are we breaking here? What do we got?
Okay, so I
Whoa!
have smoked garlic biscuits that are it's a smoked jalapeno.
My heart's starting to beat fast looking at this.
The
Oh my
ribs
God, look
are
at
a
that.
coffee stout. My husband brewed the coffee stout that was used in my sauce.
Cheryl's a rider too. What kind of bike do you ride? You ride a Heritage?
Softail Noise.
It's a beautiful. She's got a beautiful Harley. You might have seen her in the video riding it here. What is this?
So this is sorry,
Yummy.
you're over there. Wings that were smoked. It's a Kansas City sauce mixed with.
Oh my God!
balsamic
I am gonna destroy those.
blackberry
Up.
wings.
Hey guys, pork and beans here. Good things are social distancing. You don't want to be within 6 feet of me after I eat a bowl of these.
Now this is smoked salt pork, smoked onions, and it's with
Oh my God.
Irish red beer.
Wait till Chrissy sees
Kevin
this.
brewed.
You and her are birds of a feather. Oh my God,
This
it's
is
so
a
good.
smoked apple coleslaw
Oh my God.
and a potato salad, smoked potato salad. The onions were smoked, the
Oh my
bacon
God.
was smoked, and the potatoes were smoked.
I'm gonna be all over this, Cheryl. I promise you there will be no leftovers, and if there are, we'll take them. Thank you so much, Cheryl. What inspired you to do this today?
Because I normally cook for Millstone and the guys that travel to come to work there, and I haven't done here yet. So you guys are getting it instead of them.
We are super grateful. Thank you so much. So I guess we're going to come up one at a time to keep the 6 foot distance. Cody can't sit. Cody's going to go first, but he's going to have to move to another table down the other end with me. Anybody know where Junior is?
He'll be right here. We got 3 bikes being picked up right
Oh,
now.
awesome. Yeah, we got haul bikes out in the parking lot. If you have any motorcycles to sell, we're in the buying mode, so call us, let us know what you got. We're definitely looking to buy bikes right now. So when we have bigger parties, we're having our first wedding at the museum here. This is what it looked like in 1814. This building is 205 years old, so it's pretty remarkable. The legend, Evel Knievel. So when we have big events and parties down here, we've got plenty of room. This room's actually a football field long, and it goes into what we call the Harley room over here. This is a beautiful bike. All 3 of these were gifts to the museum from the local Harley Davidson dealer, and the Buell Da Vinci mural is from a local Harley Davidson dealer, and this was from Thousand Islands Harley Davidson group member up there who loaned this to the museum. He said he loaned it to the museum until he passes away, and then he's bequeathing it to one of his friends. So that's hopefully he'll be here for a long time, so he lives a long time. This is our Harley Davidson room. It's our Snap-on. We got some really cool stuff here. We got a foosball table. The Harley Davidson room. That's our cigar smoking lounge up there. Bar coming soon. Who knows what's going to go happen with the COVID stuff now, how soon that may be, but this is a gift from a Harley Davidson dealer I've done business with for 30 years. I bought a bunch of bikes and he gave me that sign when he retired. How cool is that? That's Junior's little race car. And this is our gym since we got kicked out of the local Cardio Express. Junior and I have been training down here, just him and I and his girlfriend Shaylin, and that's it. Christy doesn't even come down here. But yeah, so we got enough weights to kind of try to stay in shape. But got a little Honda Elsinore 250 tucked in behind there, 1974 Elsinore 250 rare piece. So there's all kinds of memorabilia in here, and we got our pool table and our fridge full of drinks, and the couch. If you get kicked out, wife kicks you out, and you need a place to crash, here you go. So that's a Snap-on New England Motorcycle Museum lift. Some really cool artwork everywhere that I've been collecting over the years. This is a Triumph Traveling Museum trailer this was in, and we ended up buying this stuff out of the trailer. So it's all history of Triumph. So good stuff. We got our HJC helmet sign here. Might as well plug this in since we're having a party. Yo, I gotta show you this too. Taylor gave this to me for my birthday a couple years ago, knowing that I'm so into America and Captain America. She gave me a LED lighted sign, HJC, and we also got a Joe Rocket sign over here. Might as well plug that one in too. Check this out. Rockstock. That got canceled this year because of this damn COVID stuff. Joe Rocket. That's a Harley Davidson. Some really cool Harley Davidson pictures all here on this floor of the museum. So this is John Greer's CR500. This Mototown sign, 4 of my championships were in. Somebody asked yesterday, they didn't know who I was in the racing scene. I did not win any AMA championships or national championships. They were all local race circuits like the New England Sports NESX Indoor Supercross Series was at the world's largest indoor motocross facility. That was like 15 years ago. I won 4 championships there, 2 in the 30 plus expert and 2 in the 40 plus. And this is Christie's courtyard. We're going to turn this into a paver courtyard. It's a 205-year-old remnants of a building that collapsed, and we're going to put pavers in there and just make it like a courtyard for people to hang out. So the Harley Davidson weather forecasting flag basically says ride all day, every day, no matter what. So a lot of seating areas in here for big events and weddings, and Cuban chair. What's up, Junior?
What's up, guys?
Nice do today. What's up? Nice do. And we carved this into the original wall. The parging was coming off in places, so we became creative and actually did a, says, I don't know if you can see it, says Connecticut, the Connecticut shape in the year 1814, which was the year the museum was actually, or it was a factory. Actually, this wasn't a museum. It started life as a factory. When you look at the ceiling here, there's a ridiculous amount of detail work went into restoring these beams, and I couldn't pick a color. I didn't like any color enough, so I came up with the idea. Actually, someone gave me the idea: is use the 3 colors you like the most, or dislike the least. So I used black, gray, and green, and we alternated. So it's gray is a primary color. It's black, gray. Wait, black, gray, green, gray, and it just alternates like that. But all this parging work that was over here is all by design. We actually carved the USA in there. That's pretty cool too. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, the museum is. If you want to donate a motorcycle or you want to help us out to create and be a part of this legacy, we take motorcycles as donations and all makes, models, conditions, dirt or street, on and off-road models. We can appraise it. One bike up to barn loads, parts, accessories, memorabilia, vintage equipment, signs, bike shop tools, and motorcycle trailers are all game. If you're a major manufacturer and you're watching this and you don't know what to do with your 53-foot tractor trailer because you're downsizing the race team due to the market, give us a call. We can definitely take it as a donation or purchase it from you. We also have a budget, of course. We buy about 50 motorcycles a month to restore and resell, but unfortunately, not too many people have stepped up to donate motorcycles. So I could probably count on one hand how many people have, but you know, it is what it is. Some people who make money. As a matter of fact, the 2 major donations the museum has had, both of the people who donated them actually reneged after they'd given us the bikes and we had already sold some, and it became a sticky situation, but that's a whole nother thing. So I don't understand that people have a lot of, the wealthy people I have dealt with who had collections of bikes to donate and donated them, and we did a bunch of work on them, both reneged and created a ridiculous amount of stress and financial burden for the museum, but I guess it's on them. My side of the street's clean. So anyways, I hate to talk about negative stuff, but this has been a ridiculous amount of work, this project. Look at the ceiling in this place, all wood. This is an 1880 edition. You can see it's a little bit higher than the other side because this was built in 1880. This side of the building is 1854, and the original building on the other end is 1814. It was expanded over the years. So thanks for watching along on the tour here so far in our little birthday party for Cody. Round of applause for Cheryl for cooking and taking care of us and putting up with all the shenanigans here. It's because there are lots of shenanigans that go on here. That's for sure. Rock and roll detail team. Hoorah! Woo! More cowbell, Doc. Ha ha.
Go, baby!
Wild country, we love you. Ha ha. Never a dull moment. This is just Monday, folks. Stay tuned. Gotta love Buells. One of my favorite motorcycles ever made. Thank you, Cheryl, for making today's event possible. Who's gonna volunteer to clean up for Cheryl? I don't want her to have to do all the work here. Awesome. Thank you, boys.
I'll give you a text when I get out there. I'll take care of all the paperwork.
Gonna line up a bunch of shipments for you. So, James, you're going to pick up the new trailer that we just bought from the Harley Davidson factory.
Yep.
And-
Excited.
What's that?
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. It's a 42-foot former Harley Davidson factory NHRA race team trailer, and that's what we're going to be using to ship the bikes. So if you see James driving cross country with a Harley trailer, say hello. Thanks, James.
Blow the horn.
We'll see you next week.
See y'all.
right, I showed you the first floor. If you stuck with us this long and you haven't seen it yet, let me show you the second floor. Second floor. It's easy to get lost in here. Here's a second floor. Rows and rows and rows of beautiful, stunning vintage motorcycles. And, well, 100 man-years of labor just restoring this factory building alone. 287 windows, 45,000 square foot, 10 years of labor just repointing all the masonry because it's built with brick and post and beam. It's a very rare construction. They don't make buildings like this. They only made them like this for a short period of time where it was clapboard on the outside and then brick and then post and beam. It was for fire attenuation. This is a south stairwell. There's a north, south, east, and west stairwell also. This is Johnny Letty's CR 550 with the Liger 550 big bore from the UK. We're up to the third floor now, as you can see. Third floor. Chock full of motorcycles. All the racing bikes are up here. Love it. Absolutely love it. That whole event hanging from the ceiling over there, over 150 racing jerseys. We've got over 200 helmets in the museum. And in the wardrobe that I wear is, I think I've got like 24 helmets and 14 jackets. We're gonna go up the north stairwell to the fourth floor. This building is adjacent to the other building. We haven't restored it yet, but I wanna show you this here. This is my girlfriend Christy's office. It was a campus wear embroidery. They had this whole floor. It's now just cold storage, but they had this whole floor and they made stuff for UConn, University of Connecticut, 10,000 square foot. She worked here many moons ago. But prior to that, her grandmother worked in here when it was a factory where they made suits for the U.S. Army in this building. So her grandmother worked here, and then her mother and father worked here. Her father's office was in the building that my office is in. There's 10 buildings in the industrial park here, so it's quite a big facility. This is the fourth floor. It's 150,000 square foot of space in 10 buildings, 45,000 in this building right here. So these are bikes, project bikes waiting to be done. This is a bike, I couldn't pass it up without telling the story. It was pride and joy of a local 14-year-old kid who was stolen by the wheelie crew in the city, and they destroyed it and stole all the plastics off of it, and this is how he got it back. It was like brand new when they stole it. And I am going to restore it for him, make it better than new, and give it back to him in short order. Stay tuned for that story. This is the east stairwell. Take a walk down here. This is a beautiful stairwell. This is a new construction to modern standards, but we kept it looking not too. My grandmother used to collect elephants with the trunk up, so they're all over the museum. This is about my volunteer group, Rockville Cleanup Volunteers, tackle eyesore homes. They were in there for years. That's about the running Republicans. Back, it's me in the suit and tie. Can you imagine that? A few moons ago. And then us sweeping Rockville clean. The Rockville Revival, another newspaper article. The Kaplan Cycles escorts the Manchester Road Race runners. The love of motorcycles drives the Rockville Revival effort. That's me, back when I had short hair. About us resurrecting the city. And then here's another newspaper called Local Man's Goal of Graffiti and Trash-Free Rockville. Big story about what I did there. That was me when I was 254 pounds and had short hair, building a linebacker. This is a local newspaper article. Museum picks up speed, includes showroom shop, initiative, strength, perseverance, some of the spiritual principles that we run our lives by here. There's many moons ago, Hartford Business Journal article about Connecticut's bankroll Quickens brownfield redevelopment efforts. We borrowed $2 million from this guy at the state to get started here. This is about some of the struggles we had. Requirements for historic tax breaks strain developers' patience. That's putting it lightly. This is my history of starting my motorcycle restoration and how it started when I was a little kid, getting bicycles out of the dump. And here's another earlier one. I see what can be. Businessman sees bright future for rundown textile site. That's what our showroom looked like when we got here. It was totally abandoned, disaster, no windows, total disaster. And this is when the mill went out of business in 1954, and it was for rent. This shows the 10 buildings that we now own. In the breakdown, number 3 is the big one. The bike shop's in number 4. The Harley room on the front's number 2. And this is the second floor lobby. There's some really cool history in here. We're on the front page of Connecticut magazines, revamping forgotten factories, and a letter from President Roosevelt thanking the mill owner here at this building. His suit was made in this building. And this is the Bixby house, the agent's house at 7 Orchard Street in Rockville. That's the house right next door that we purchased and restored. We're a front cover on Throttle Rocker magazine. That's my Harley heritage. And then there's all kinds of articles. Just goes on what Rockville was and what it will become again. What Rockville was and what with love it will become again. In the Journal Inquirer. I got all choked up reading that one. That was really powerful. There's about my army of volunteers continued to clean up Rockville. And some really cool stuff. A block party. We did a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society and raised, I think, $11,000. Here's about me investing in Rockville. Invested $7.5 million resurrecting these buildings in our community. And I got an award from the Journal Inquirer, Citizen Award, and also a community service certificate from the town of Rockville, and an excellence award from the town of Vernon for my personal commitment of resurrecting the Rockville section of Vernon. One from the chief of police for 2,000 hours of community service that me and my team did. One for the mayor. It says, Ken Kaplan, a former longtime Rockville resident, has taken on the major renovation of 200 West Main Street, the property known as a Hockin Mill. And I've taken the steps towards restoring the mill. In my passion for motorcycles, in my eye for detail, ultimately bringing to market a quality product. And Ken Kaplan continues to enhance the Vernon economic landscape and exhibit his commitment to the town of Vernon and our residents. So that was pretty cool. And I got one from the state of Connecticut, General Assembly, in recognition of taking on the enormous effort of restoring a 200-year-old historic mill and making it a world-class destination and hotspot for motorcycle enthusiasts. Additionally, for energizing a renewed interest in Rockville by founding and leading the Rockville Volunteer Services Group. Their efforts are greatly appreciated. That was from the Secretary of the State. That's kind of cool. One from the local Tolland County Chamber of Commerce and the Vernon Center Middle School and the Tolland County Chamber of Commerce. So lots of cool stories. Here's one of my articles when I ran out of money. Progress on the motorcycle museum slowed but not stopped. I just kept on plugging along. We finally got the museum building done. And here's an article about Kenny when he was like 12, winning the New England Motocross Championship. But somebody asked me the other day what championships we'd won. So sometimes in the videos I'll say my family's won 26 championships. Here's a few of them. I won the 25A championship in 2012, and the Spring Series, the 40 plus A. The 40 plus A championship, the 450A. This is a cool one. 9 years ago, I was 45, and I won the 450 Expert Championship against even the young guys, racing against 16, 18-year-olds. I won the overall this in the Spring Series and the 2010 championship, also 2011 25 plus class. These are all New England Supercross. Here's a 450A champion. This is one of my favorite ones. 2015 first place in the New England Sports Committee. That's where all the real fast riders are. That's like one step down from the Nationals. And here's some that Jordan won and Kenny won. These are just some of them. There's more in the museum building. That's me in '93 on a Harley Davidson. Had really long hair. Matter of fact, I wanted to show this picture to somebody the other day. That's me at the Harley Davidson factory in 1993. I was 28 years old. Stopped into the 90th anniversary party. So that's me when I was like 20 with my dad. So This is a truck I built, a GMC C7500 extended cab dually 11R225 with a Cat 3116 and an Allison MD 3060P automatic transmission, twin 90-gallon tanks. Took a year and a half to build it and about $90,000. That was many moons ago. That was 23 years ago. That was an awesome truck. Everybody's like, you'll never sell that. I put it up for sale in front of my shop. It sold in 2 hours. Two guys wanted to buy it. This is probably, geez, 92, 93. That's my ex-wife, Cammie. You can't see her face, and that's me on the right, man. You think I have long hair now? Whew, man, I had some serious hair back then. I was a full patch brother in the 5th chapter. That's my nephew, little Austin, my Uncle Austin's kid. We went to Chicago to see him. I took him riding my Harley. But, yeah. Road captain for a 3-patch club, the 5th chapter. That's was a fun time in my life for sure. There's Junior, about 4 years old on a Honda 50. This is our family photo thing. We made this for my dad when he passed away. We brought this to his wake. And even the bathrooms are at the museum are cool. We call this a Harley bathroom. It's got some cool Harley stuff in here, for sure. A Harley bathroom. This is coming out the east entrance. So this is where we have the bands. We have a stage right here, and everybody dances right there and hangs out. And this is the former mill manager's home. This is built in 1880, or his office, excuse me, not his home. So I didn't know this was going to turn into a big tour, but I got started. I figured, what the heck? I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, just comment. Let me know what you guys like in the videos we do for you. Here's my 500 setup with hill climbing gear on it, extended swing arm. We're packed full of projects in here today, boys. That's for sure. Big Black's in here to get the rear brake repaired. Finally. GS 1000. This is where the magic happens in here. My Dyna S, due to our current financial situation, I sold my Dyna, which is kind of brings a tear to my eye, but it is what it is. Put a lot of money out for a private project we're working on. I can't tell you about yet. And I don't know. It is what it is. Museum's closed at the state COVID thing, so we don't have any income coming in there. I sold this and my truck to carry us over. I'm gonna miss this one. It's going to a good friend of mine though. This is the 540 Jimmy was telling you about. That thing's pretty badass. Got some really cool projects coming through. Did the tires come in for the Patriot missile yet?
I haven't seen them.
Seems like we're having a tough time getting stuff shipped, huh?
Nothing. There's only one shipment in a week from you.
I knew who was missing. Billy's not here.
Yeah, Billy said he might be in later this afternoon.
What's going on? Is he okay?
I don't know. He didn't say. He texted.
That's it for the shop tour. We're gonna head upstairs. Up the stairs. This was a covered stairway when we got here. You should have seen the before photos of this place. Oh my God. Just Google Kaplan Cycles before and after, or New England Motorcycle Museum before and after. You'll see the pictures of what a disaster this place is. We don't let anybody in here right now. So, and this you've seen a million times. There's the rest of our #1 plaques. Motocross Racing Championships. Junior was out ripping on his 500, guys. Stay tuned. He's going to destroy. Here's a clue of his racing style. Take no prisoners. Stay tuned. He's going to be smoking the NESC B class this summer, God willing. We're looking forward to that, seeing him back on the track. We've been taking a little hiatus from racing. Well, I got to get back to work. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't, and God bless America.